Maggy is a brand coach, business coach, who helps small businesses and nonprofits discover their authentic brand message. She coaches, consults creators and nonprofits build their businesses on a strong brand message. She digs in and discovers what they're really selling, your brand, defines their niche. You don't help everyone all the time. What separates them from their competition, and the perfect words to describe your brand so your ideal clients or employers can find you. Her experience includes work as a journalist for CBS News, online journalism, writer, editor, project manager at NPR, and an online content and user experience expert to campaign for tobacco-free kids and radio-free Asia. Pulls together all of her experience, makes me a hardcore story detective and a fantastically improvisational tech expert. We had a glitch this morning and the presentation wasn't showing up, but she downloaded an extension and an app and it was
my
magical.
superpower is pulling rabbits out of hats.
It was fantastic. So we're going to switch over to.
And I told Kenneth I'm going to go straight to church if this works.
This is great. It already has. It's really from the jaws of trouble.
I learned it very quickly. There we go. Here's my little clicker. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out today. I loved what Ken had to say about, career fairs not getting you jobs. One of the things I stand for is the ability to say what you do in simple words so that other people can understand it, so that you can get what you want, whether it's a job or a client or whatever that is. If people can't understand you, you don't get to have what you want. And when you put it out into the world, something really incredible happens. So my talk is called Live Your Superpower, Know It, Own It, and Say It Courageously. It's very deliberately titled. Know it, yay. Knowing makes no difference. Own it is where you stand for it. People become afraid. One of the things I've noticed as I've been working with clients is knowing a brand message is just the beginning. People are afraid to really stand for what they say they do and show up holding that stand. I always say your brand is your stand is your brand. That's where the rubber hits the road. So owning it means, yup, that's who I am. This, not that. I work with you, not you. It's picking a side of the fence to stand on. The universe is uninterested in your waffling. I should say our waffling. I just got over a fence-sitting waffle last week, and the minute I did, it was like, the rocket took off. And it wasn't even related to business. But if there's waffling going on, pick a side of the fence. And say it courageously. The articulation of who you are and what you do and what makes you so special is really the place where it gets created. Our words, I believe our words create the world, and we must be very deliberate, I wouldn't say careful, but courageous and clear about how we articulate it. So this is me. I've had 1 million jobs. None of which I was qualified for when I got hired for them. I would have to, if I were going to tell the story, it would be, I just fell into being a TV reporter at CBS. I just fell into being a DJ at a rock station in Philadelphia. I just fell into being a photojournalist. Who falls into that? Who falls into that stuff? Clearly there was something else going on in the air. There was a breadcrumb I saw. And it started with me being a secretary. I was a secretary at some random place at a law firm, and the guy said to me, do you want to work here full time? I was temping. This was 1 million years ago. I said, no thank you. I said, I'm very flattered, but I really want to work at a radio station. Because why? Because yes. That's all I knew. I wanted to work at a radio station. He said, you need to call my friend Harry. And I called his friend Harry and got a job as a receptionist. And from there, went to be a DJ at an FM rock station, a user experience analyst at NPR, web content manager, and now I'm a brand and business coach. It sent, like, there's like a, what? How did I get from there to here? P.S., and I'm going to confess something straight up. I never spent a day in high school. I have no college degree. For bonus points. So, I don't encourage, but I have always been a reader and educated and learned on the job, right? So, my superpower, my son actually nailed it in a text he sent to me, unsolicited. If you want your entire life held bare naked in front of you and spanked into action, call my mother. And I said, honey, you still get me. I put this on my website because I thought, I know for sure, if anybody doesn't find that hilarious and awesome, don't call me. That is the gatekeeper on my website. Because I know who I am and what I stand for, and I stand for that. I will spank you into action, but with love and compassion and humor. I believe, and we all have our beliefs, and this is a core part of your superpower. What do you believe? Wrapped up in that is what you stand for. When you know your superpower, own it, and stand for it, say it clearly, the magic happens. I believe in magic. Otherwise, there is no earthly reason why I would be standing here today giving this presentation. I am not supposed to be here based on my history and my story. So, 3 true facts about superpowers. You already have at least one. Everybody knows what it is, and they've been coming to you for this your whole life. You're the go-to person for this. You can't see it. It lives in your blind spot. Mine lived in my blind spot. Until one day, we can only see it when it's reflected back to us from somebody else. Your superpower is always with you. You are always just being this, because that's who you are. And I have 4 true facts. I lied about the 3. The 4th fact is that it really does take courage to stand for that thing. How I got those jobs, I have no idea. All I know is there was something I saw so clearly that I wanted for myself. And I only saw the one breadcrumb was like, oh, radio, oh, this. Oh, call at 4 a.m. in the middle of the night in Manila during a coup. Hey, can you do a two-way for us from CBS? I'm like, sure, I guess I can do that. What's happening? Right? Saying yes. And being able, I would have to say, Ken, we discovered this morning, being able to think on your feet in a job situation is also a key quality. Courage and the ability to, I would say, be willing to just dance in the moment. Be improvisational about what happens, because unexpected things will happen in every job interview. And being able to roll with the punches, and usually what it comes down to is just tell the truth. Tell the truth. Name the thing. I don't know what to say about that. I need a minute to think about it. Not everybody can think on their feet really fast. I can, and it makes me crazy when other people can't. I'm like, come on. But that's not how everybody processes information. But this is however you do it, whatever's truthful for you, that's the thing to stand in. What is stopping you what is your roadblock to knowing your superpower and having the thing you say you want? What do you think that is? I would like to hear someone tell me.
Fear.
Fear. Who said that?
I did.
Fear. Great. Fear of what?
Of the unknown, or
What's in the unknown? What do you know about the unknown?
you don't.
What do you know?
What do I know in general?
No, about that fear. What do you know about that fear?
No, I was answering your question in general.
Yeah.
Fear, I think fear is what holds most people back, right?
Yeah, what else, any other roadblocks that people might have? Yes?
It's hard for me to distill, it's hard for me to find my superpower, like, kind of like, I mean, I've done a lot of things and there's a common theme, but I'm not like a nurse or an accountant. I'm a, it's all been tied to business development, client relations, sales, but I don't quite know how to articulate it the right way.
Perfect, right, because there's a lot of things you could choose from. I was in exactly that same spot. And I landed one day and I went, why would I even bother taking another job? I don't know why I would bother. I could do a million things. Why would I bother? I thought there's something bigger inside here that I bring to the party. And it's not about the job. And it's not about the title. It's about who I show up as. It's about the magic I bring to the party, right? I didn't know it at that moment what that thing was. It took a little while after that. But when I had that moment, it was like, I looked at my resume and I'm like, what is even up here? What is up here? It had something to do with communication and turning boatloads of information into 40 seconds. Fear is the thing that blocks you. And fear is not going anywhere anytime soon. Fear is always going to be a part of us. It's embedded in our brains. I can never remember the limbic system or the frontal cortex. I don't remember the technology. But fear is the thing. I had me up at 3 o'clock in the morning going, oh my God, why am I going to this thing? I'm afraid. What if I don't do it right? What if the magic doesn't show up? But I have learned how to have a different relationship with fear than I used to have. The way around fear is to let yourself just feel it and call it out and name it. So, here's another thing. I have a million little sayings. This one is, anything you think between 2 and 6 a.m. is just crazy talk. Write that down. Pay no attention to it. It's not the truth. It's just the crazy talking. Because when you get up and you have a cup of coffee, you go, what was I even thinking? So fear is a part of it, and let's just accept that. We always think that we have to push fear away or show up strong or have our power poses. I am an advocate for owning fear. In January of this year, my whole life just went, and I experienced fear like I have never experienced it ever. I was almost paralyzed. I almost had to remind myself to breathe. And one night, I just went, I'm going to just fall into this. And I took to the bed, and I just let whatever was there just be there. And it was horrible, but I felt much better the next. What you can't be with runs you. That's what I learned in my coach training. The thing you can't be with, rejection, criticism, looking bad, fear of something. There's something specific. It's not just the unknown. There's something else in there, for sure. What you can't be with runs you. And the sooner you can be with it, learn to just kind of hang out with it, the less power it has over you. I call it walking into the dark corner of the basement and looking to see what's there. And I like to, I think my job as a coach is to hold people's hands while we do that. I could give you a lot of strategies, but this is really a talk. We all bring our human selves to the party. So, having the courage to look at the fear and get very curious about it. Look at fear from a place of curiosity rather than fear, frankly. What's going on in there? What is it I'm really afraid of? It's like peel it back a little bit to see what's the thing. Short of death, what's the thing that I'm most afraid of is going to happen if this thing doesn't happen, if I don't get that? I got a major come to Jesus moment about the thing I was really afraid of this year. And it doesn't run me the way it used to. Now I go, oh, there's you again. Oh, you get to sit in the back of the bus. You don't drive anymore. I drive. Creativity drives with me. So one antidote, and one of the things I realize is that, when coaching people, this part where the courage, I actually call myself a brand courage coach. This morning I was coming in on the metro, and I found this note that I wrote. I was like cramming how to talk like Ted, because I was afraid. Like, oh my God, I better read the whole book on the way in. I said, I'm a brand coach, and what I really am is a brand courage coach. I didn't know that when I started out. We can do a little bit here now to better understand what your superpower is. You don't have to see everything. You don't have to see the whole future at one go. I call them breadcrumbs. We're going to take it one breadcrumb at a time. Because when I was 16 or 18 years old and a secretary, and all I knew is radio because yes. That's what kept me, I believe that one breadcrumb at a time thing is what got me to where I am today. And so what I'm going to do is, if you don't mind, can we just turn the lights off? If you don't mind turning the overhead lights off? Perfect, thank you. So I'm a big fan of the correct lighting for the situation. So we're going to do a little guided meditation to meet your future self. A way to find courage is to not to keep shouting at yourself, don't be afraid, be courageous. It's to connect with something else. And that something, I believe, is our future selves. And so let's find a comfortable spot, get yourself comfy so that your feet are on the floor, so that you can be relaxed. Whose head is exploding right now at the prospect of doing this? Anybody? Everybody cool? Great. So close your eyes and begin by focusing your awareness on your breath. Take a deep breath, and as you release that breath, feel yourself relax. Feel your shoulders slope down. You're going to take an inner journey to meet your future self. Your future self is your internal leader, your inner authority, a visionary who's in command and leads all parts of you, parts of yourself, towards the fullest expression of your superpower. There are no rules about your future self being masculine or feminine, human or animal, with a physical form or not. Your future self has access to all the wisdom that ever was. Your future self has been there and back and has the experience to keep you pointed and on purpose. Your future self loves you completely and unconditionally. Your future self always holds you tenderly with gentleness, compassion, and infinite patience. Your future self is fearless and relentless in the pursuit of the very best for you. Your future self's will is unshakable. Their dedication is unwavering. Have another breath. Notice where you might be tense. Breathe into that place and let that tension go. On the exhale, and relax. As you relax, let your imagination go. Let it take you to a place in nature that is completely safe. Wherever that is, it's fine. Whatever shows up is perfect. As you imagine this place, look around. Whatever you see, imagine, or sense is exactly as it should be. Take in the sounds. You might want to touch something. What's there? As you walk around and get to know this safe place, you hear the sound of someone approaching. You feel a sense of excitement. You are about to meet someone special. They come into view. Your future self walks toward you, eager to meet you as well. This is the leader within you. Greet one another. Feel into your future self and notice, what does the energy of your future self feel like? Your future self has always been here, and now you have access to each other in a new and conscious way. Find a place in this safe space to be with each other for a conversation. Sit down and get comfortable. Or you might go for a walk together or look out at the view. Simply find a place to be with each other and have a conversation with your future self. Ask the following questions and listen carefully for the answers. Ask your future self, what is important for me to know about you? What do you want for me? What is your superpower? How can I reconnect with you easily? How can I find you again when I need your wisdom and your strength? And last, what is your name? Notice they have a gift for you. Receive their gift. What is it? What do you notice about it? Ask them, what would you like me to know about this gift? And now we'll be drawing this meeting to a close. This is a time to thank each other, knowing you can be with your future self anytime you choose. Your future self is here for you to support you in your journey of living your superpower. Now take a deep breath, breathing in this experience, remembering what you need to remember. Another breath, returning to this space and time, to this room. One more breath. Open your eyes. Move your body a little. Come back to the space. Now just keep silent for a moment. And if you have a pen, I think everybody got a sticker. Did everybody get a Live Your Superpower sticker? You need one? Yeah. Michelle, thank you. On your sticker, write down what your future self superpower is. It's just a few words, it's not a paragraph. It's one word, usually. What was the essence of what they told you, what they said their superpower? This is the thing everybody already knows about you, that everybody gets about you when you walk in the room. Every client, every prospect, every potential employer already knows it. The purpose of this exercise is for you to have a conscious knowledge of it, so that you can own it and do it and live your superpower intentionally, not by accident. So, who would like to share a little bit about what happened during this visualization? Yes. Can you stand up, please, so we can hear you? Thank you. And just say your name again?
Janice
Janice,
Brunson.
hi.
My visualization probably was not really new to me. There's things that I kind of knew, but it just was a confirmation. I don't know if it told me my superpowers, but it told me basically I can.
You can.
I can.
What
And
was the name of the, what did they say your name was?
Courage. It was courage.
Courage.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it basically told me I can, I'm capable, kind of like what you're saying about the fear, that I'm my own worst enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And it just told me to move forward. I got the vision and to really implement it.
And how do you feel about that?
I feel good. I kind of self-consciously knew it, but it just kind of validated what I already knew.
So it came from a subconscious place, now it's a conscious knowing that you have.
Yes.
Great, and courage, Janice, is what you have, and I can feel it from way across the room, right?
Yes.
So fear, the fear lives up here, the courage is always there.
Yeah.
This future self exercise, when I first did this, back when I was getting my coach training, to this day, when I feel wobbly and I lose my way, I go back, I talk to my future self. It is you. It is your intuitive self who just knows what's so. There is only infinite passion and love and patience and wanting only the best for you. Thank you, Janice. Anybody else? Yes. If you don't mind, stand up, please.
Oh,
Even if you do mind, stand up.
I think one of my own personal challenges.
Tell me your name again.
Nejwa Samad.
Najwa, uh-huh.
I think one of my own personal challenges is clarity, both in terms of personal life and career direction. So, this is what I wrote. I'm a creative connector who generates ideas and builds momentum with inspired clarity.
Right. That's your life's purpose.
People look to me to connect them with others or opportunities. I'm always meeting people, and actually the job that I'm interviewing for today is to run the Speakers Bureau.
Wow,
And I
how
currently
perfect is
run-
that?
I currently run the Speakers Bureau.
So what did you discover in that in that visualization exercise that was invisible to you before?
Well, I'm still fighting fears. It's not that it was invisible, but I need to coalesce around my strengths.
And what did your future self say to you about, what did they say their superpower was?
Connector.
Connector. So that's who you are. Can you own that?
Yes.
But what?
There's still a feel factor, but a fear factor, but I'm known as a connector and I feel like a connector. Even on the metro today, I met somebody.
See, that's where the magic starts to happen. When this knowing goes from subconscious to conscious, suddenly molecules shift. I don't know why this is so. I didn't make up this rule. It's just how it is. I'm just here to pass the message along. So Janice, are you prepared to show up? I'm not Janice, sorry, Neshua?
Mhm.
Are you prepared to, how could you connect with your future self for this interview and show up as a connector? Who would you be being?
I would be being a curious, creative, inspired speaker recruiter.
You just looked up in your head when you said that.
Oh,
I just saw you go like that.
yes.
Those words live in here. What's that fire right here? What do you care about? What's that? There's something wrapped up inside that connector that you can't stand seeing this thing happen. So you became the connector to fix it. You can't stand it when people what?
Well, for this particular job, I will be seeking the best possible speakers I can find to address the needs of students.
Because you care about what?
I care about their mental health.
And when they have mental health, what's the big thing they get as a result of that?
They will be thriving in life and in their sense of mission about their
And look at me,
future.
please. I want you to just stay connected to me right now because I can see you going a little drifty. This is the thing right here, right? You really care deeply about something in here. And you can show up owning it like a boss when you get to this interview. I am a connector, and I care because I do this work because it breaks my heart to see people who are talented and smart not get what they want, not have the jobs or careers they want because they don't know how to articulate what they do. I can't help myself. What do you care about, Neshua?
I care about giving hope and empowerment to students with mental health challenges.
Can you stand for that in your interview today?
I have to write it down.
Here's this, I'm going to tell you a secret. It doesn't live up here, it lives in here, right? I want you to say it to these people like fire shooting out of your eye holes. That's what people connect with. That's why we get hired. That's why I got hired for every crazy job I've ever had. At some moment, fire shot out of my eye holes. It was like, yes, this. I talked people into paying me money. The job didn't even pay that much. I had zero experience because I had that fire thing, and you're like this close to it. But I really write down one word for your superpower. How are you doing now? How are you feeling?
More nervous.
More nervous? What are you more nervous about?
Feeling that I need to be more intensely prepared. I think I demonstrate the passion factor when I'm talking with people about a particular job, but somehow the spark plugs need to go on just before that happens.
Okay.
And it usually does.
Yeah. So lighting your own spark plugs.
Yes.
Okay, good. I can see the spark plugs are lit now. Thank you. So if I could just ask all of you to just turn to your partner, turn to somebody next to you, and write down what your superpower was. Talk to them just for 2 minutes about your superpower. Join up in a triangle with your
I've bought this sticker before, and then so I just put it down and writing it but meditation, for example,
Thank you guys so much for doing this. You know what I just realized? I forgot to say what my name was when I got up here. And I also didn't say my word. My word for today is improvisation. I made up this whole thing today. Like, I rewrote the whole presentation. I woke up in the middle of the night with that look on my face, you know, that picture I showed you before. And I was like, oh my God. And I suddenly went, and in the middle of the night, now instead of reading like news or making myself crazy, I listened to these talks. A woman named Tara Brock, she runs a meditation. Yeah. And she had one called something about fear, where it's her last two talks. And I went, fear. That's what I need to bring to the room today, is how to like buddy up with your fear, which is not going anywhere anytime soon. So this morning the whole thing got revisited. So I want everybody, and this is the important part about knowing your superpower. How did that go, that little talking about that? How was that for people?
He's great.
Like it?
He's the greatest person.
I heard you get very animated.
From all the way across the room?
Yes, I did. Something really big went on over there. You had something shifted for you.
That was a powerful exercise for me.
Can you turn that off if you don't mind? Just turn that light off, thank you. Yes, it was a powerful exercise for you?
It was.
What was powerful? Can you stand up, please?
Oh, sure.
Thanks. What happened?
Well, so I envisioned the safe place out in nature, and I saw my future self, who was a more relaxed, quietly confident version of myself. And what was the next part? The next prompt? When you asked what his superpower was, what did he say? The superpower being what's already in me that might be developed. Compassion. Compassion is what I came up with.
Compassion?
Yes.
He told you compassion?
Yes.
And what was his name?
His name was my last name, Pulley.
Interesting.
Just one word, Pulley. But if I can, if you'll indulge me,
sure.
You said, what's the gift?
Yeah.
It was, I was telling Ken, there's like this orb that was sort of swirling with energy. And I took that to be a sort of my soul, an empowered soul. And that's significant because about 40 years ago, when my great-grandmother was dying, she was about 90 years old, you know, the last thing she ever said to me was, take care of your soul, above all else. And what I take away from all of this is this tension between seeking status and title and money and being one's true self. The other choice would have been authenticity, compassion. There's this tension in this world we live in between wanting to go for these things versus being our true selves. And I think the trick is to try to find something that brings all those things together. Perhaps, I don't know.
That is, you've actually just nailed it. That is actually the challenge for all of us. It's like the little Venn diagram of life, that thing where your values and what you're good at and what people, what lights you up, right? It's the what, like, and we all our brains love to get hung up on the money and the status and the looking good. But then there's that part where, why would you bother to get up every day and go to that place? Why would you? Thank you very much for that. What's your big takeaway from that?
Well, I've been struggling with trying to figure out what kinds of jobs that I should pursue. And I think this is going to be very helpful in narrowing that field or giving me some clarity around what I should be going for and what's going to be a better fit.
Wow.
Before this exercise, if you'd asked me my superpower, I would have said a technical skill like storytelling or something
Sure.
like that. So this I think it will reorient my thinking about what my next steps are.
Wow, thank you. That's why I came today, for that one story. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, so I shared my superpower, my superpowers. I
Can you
shared
stand up,
my,
please, so we can
yes,
see?
sure. Good
Thank
morning.
you.
Hi. I shared my guided meditation with my neighbor here, Cherie, and I gave her just a brief overview of just who I am. I'm nonprofit management, but I'm getting tired of being in the office. And during the guided meditation, when I was asked, "Where are you? Go to a safe place." I shared with her that I was on a mountain, like log cabin. I saw a bear. There's a creek. So I'm surrounded by woods. I'm outdoors. And I told her that I'm stifled by being indoors. I want to go out. She, in turn, listened to what I was saying and interpreted as, it may not be necessarily that you want to go outdoors. You just want more flexibility. Of course, I lit up and listening, and I became intrigued by what she was saying and tell me more. And she says, yes, I do this all the time. I do it all the time. I can interpret and listen, and I'm a connector, right? And she said, what did you say after that, Cherie? But you yourself can't
know exactly what it is that I do. I get this all the time
Thank
from
you.
people.
That was the
Thank you.
So I said, well, I can't do, well, so what am I doing for you? That
Right.
She was like, oh my God.
I know. I was freaking out. I was like,
That's like, so what am I doing?
Stand up. I
There you
love
go.
it
Yeah,
so
tag
much.
team.
I love it so
So
much.
I'm like, okay, so what is that?
What did I just do, she said.
Because people say it to me all the time. But when I heard her, I said, I meet dynamic, fantastic people all the time. I'm broke. But I meet these people all the time, and something to go click like with her. My mental Rolodex will start. I can connect this person with another person.
Right.
I'm a connector. What somebody else called me was a relationship builder. But how do I own that and make an income? How do I call that whatever it is?
That's another word. That's a different workshop.
But I can hear, like I was hearing her, and I was
Right.
like,
So what you got, Cherie, was a breadcrumb.
okay,
You just got a breadcrumb today.
okay,
And that's all that we don't need 20 breadcrumbs. We just need one.
okay.
So that thing right there, and here's the thing, and I love this, this illustrates perfectly what I have come to see is true. We cannot see our own superpower. It lives in our blind spot. That's why I wanted you guys to talk to each other, the articulation of the thing. And when you go to job interviews, or you're at a party and somebody says, hey, what's up with you? What are you looking for? Don't talk about the past. Talk about what you want for yourself. I just told one guy one day, I want to work at a radio station. I had no reason why except because yes. That's all. And it changed my whole life that one day. And I didn't know, you can't foresee where the path will take you. But I would like everybody to just, how are we doing for time, Ken? I want to make,
We're good.
okay. I would like everybody to write down on your stickers, because this articulation part is really, really, really important. This is where, I nearly said a bad word, but this is where things get real. The articulation of it, when I jumped out into the world and said, I'm a brand and business coach, I made that up. I made that up. I didn't okay, I guess this is what's up now. I just made that up, and then I stood for it, and I got really afraid, and I got wobbly, and my bike had on the training wheels, and I kept going anyway, and that's how we do. We just do. We just pick a point and just drive toward it. One breadcrumb at a time. I'm mixing lots of metaphors here. But write down your superpower, and I want you to put this sticker on yourself, because I want you to own this as who you are, and it's an evolving thing. Date your superpower. It's not for the rest of your life. It may evolve. The more you walk toward it, the more you own it, the more you articulate it, it will naturally evolve. It just becomes more true. And keep telling it to people, so they get to know how they can help you. Everybody wants to help everybody else. Cherie's a connector. There's a lot of people, a lot of you guys in here are connectors. Ken's a connector. So put your suit, and I want everybody to just stand up and just put your sticker on, and this is really important. This is the doctor's orders. And we're gonna stand up one at a time and say, hi, my superpower is. Pick a word, baby. Why don't we, what's your name again, sir?
John?
John, stand up, John. I hold on 1 second, you just excuse me, just stand by. People are struggling to get to one word. You can have a couple words for the sake of this exercise, but not a paragraph. Because the truth is this long, always. It's just like, boom, here it is. Hashtag booyah. So, and it's nothing is wrong. There's no wrong thing to write down. Whatever you got, you got. Everything is always perfect. So, John, go.
My name is John, and my superpower is compassion.
Thank you. Stand up.
My name is Francine, and my superpower is helping others.
Thank you.
My name is Pamela, and my superpower is the connector.
Thank you, Angelique.
Hi, my name is Angelique, and my superpower is clarity.
Wow. When you say it like that, I can feel it land.
Yes, I need your
Right.
I am Gordon Chisholm, and my superpower is compassion.
Compassion. Thank you. And I want you to own that. Stand up. Let's go. Own it, baby.
My name is Ron, but I didn't really gain any insights from this exercise, so I'm still looking for a superpower.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
My name is Laura, and I'm a coordinator and a marketer.
Stand up, Laura. Up you go. When you asked your future self what your superpower was, what did they say?
They said that I like to get different information from different people and coordinate things and develop an outcome, and that people come to me to lead things and help execute and implement.
Okay, what was their name?
The future self?
Yeah.
Laura Superpower.
Laura's superpower. And what was the gift?
I was struggling with the gift. I couldn't quite, I got a little bit lost there. So I couldn't figure out the gift.
Okay, your superpower is bigger than your job title. You feel like a dot connector to me. Feels like a dot connector. Lots of like, oh, boom, this.
Yep.
So let's say, try that on. Just say your name and say your superpower, and just say that and see how that feels.
A dot connector?
Dot connector.
My name is Laura Daly, and my superpower is I'm a dot connector.
How did that feel?
Good. Good. What is a dot connector? So I'm connecting dots, people, but also maybe data or different departments.
I'm going, here's what this picture is about, right?
Yep.
That's what you do?
Yep, and here's how all the pieces work individually, and here's how they fit together.
Great. Own that.
Okay.
Start there. It's a breadcrumb.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Darlene, and my superpower is transformer.
Transformer. Wow. Electrical. Thank you, Darlene.
Me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Put your sticker on. Gotta put your sticker. No, just unplug it. Take the paper off it. You can put it on top, doesn't matter. You can have two stickers. There you go.
My name is Linda. My superpower is giving.
Giving. Thank you, Linda.
I'm Stephanie, and my superpower is helper.
Helper. What was the gift?
The gift is actually something, I don't know if my brain was completely in the exercise, going through a lot of stuff, but I was trying to be as present as possible. My gift was a purple stone, something like one that I received a long, long time ago. I'm a purple person. I've known that since birth. And the proof is in the pudding. My mother dressed me in a little purple pinstripe dress at 6 months of age, and I still have the dress. And it's in perfect condition. And I always go back to purple. My safe place was just everything purple. At one point in my teenage years, my entire room was purple. Walls were purple, carpet was purple, bedspread was purple, everything was purple, and that was my peaceful, safe place.
Get more curious about that and dig deeper into that space for yourself.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Kristen. Can our superpower be something we want to be more like?
What did your future self say your superpower was?
Unstoppable.
Nice. That'll take you anywhere you want to go. Right? How does that feel for you?
Pretty good. Really good.
Right. Thank you.
My name is Gina, and my superpower is getting things done.
Just like that, right? Boom. Thank you.
My name is Lynn, and my superpower is problem solver.
Huh. What was your gift?
Well, it wasn't necessarily a thing. I saw myself in a place, and I want to live internationally. So I was in a city that I've never been.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you. Michelle?
My name is Michelle, and my future self told me that I sense things before they happen. So I wrote intuitive.
Beautiful. That's perfect. How does that feel for you?
It feels really uncomfortable because I know a lot of people don't believe in intuition. And it's a strange thing to say, and I didn't know that my future self would say it.
So you were surprised by that.
Yeah, and her name was Selena, which
Selena
is really weird to me.
I love this. I love everything about that. Can you own that? Courage.
I feel like I want to own it quietly.
For now.
For now.
For now. Okay, thank you.
Siri knows everything.
My name is Debbie, and my superpower is planner facilitator.
Okay. That's a job title?
That's also what I do really well.
Plan and facilitate?
All kinds
Okay.
of things.
So being organized, is that it?
Yes, yeah, in terms of making things happen in an organized way.
Right, because the word, I get like flashes of words sometimes in pictures and little movies will show up. And for you, the word I got was organized. Like really, like, please live in my house with me all the time.
Right. Not quite, but organized from a how do we go about doing this kind of thing.
Yes. Thank you. Great, thanks a lot.
So I'm Nedra, everyone. My connector, my superpower is Inspired Connector.
Inspired Connector. Thank you, Nishwa. Gentlemen? Oh, lady? There
My name is Bob, and my superpower is curiosity.
Thank you. Ma'am?
Me?
Yes, you start.
Okay. Hi. So my name is Madeline, and my superpower is truth and love.
Thank you. Go ahead, that person in the corner. Sorry.
That would be me. My name is Michelle, and I got here a little bit late, so I'm just sort of picking up pieces as we go along.
It's all good.
I relate totally with this young lady with wild hair and all that. But my superpower is zeal.
Zeal.
And I sort of see that there as well. because
Thank
I'm going
you.
after it, and I may be going after it like this.
Wow, it just like flew into the room when you said that.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, woo. Yeah, great, thank
That's
you.
what I feel.
Lady next to Bob? Gentlewoman next to Bob?
Hi, I'm Janisa, and my superpower is serving others.
Being so service. Great, thank you.
My name is Carrie, and my superpower is vision.
Vision. What was your, I want to know what the name of your person was.
It was my name, but didn't really have a name. Like, it was me, but didn't, like, I didn't call this person anything.
Okay, great, thank you.
Hi, my name's Mandira, and I also got here a little late today, so, but it's funny because I've just been envisioning this space that you were taking people to. I'm a contemplative practitioner, and so kind of was there, I think, a few hours ago or a day back, you know, seeing myself somewhere.
What's the
Yeah,
thing
so my superpower is flipping between two words, visionary or innovator. So I don't know yet fully, but
okay. There's some alchemy in there.
yeah. So I certainly my background's in.
I don't want to.
Yeah, okay.
I just want to make sure that we're focused. But the superpower thing is just like it's in the center. It's just an essence. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Marilyn, and I think I'm going to change mine a little bit. But
it's yours. You can do
okay,
whatever
yes.
you want.
I'm just going to say interested.
Interested.
Yeah.
Thank you. Young lady in the back.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Jem, and I still don't know anything about my superpower. Yeah. My future self didn't tell me anything.
Didn't tell you anything.
Yeah, she was driving, so.
She was
driving.
Driving.
Yeah. We're having a road trip, and she didn't say anything. She did give me a car key, and she didn't say anything.
That's what happened.
Gave you a car key. What do you make of that?
So what?
What do you make of that car key? That's a great metaphor for something. What's your interpretation of that?
Actually, it's just my car key, you know, it's my car, my Mustang, so.
So drive, be the driver?
I don't know, I don't really know.
Okay. How did it feel?
Confused.
Okay, great, thank you. Lady,
Yeah,
stand up and say?
pretty much had the same experience. So I met myself. We share the same name. The gift was a pine cone, and when asked when you said what is your superpower, it just protect the earth.
Protect the earth.
That's what I got, and that I.
Were you surprised?
Kinda, but no, because I did share that I'm moving toward the outdoor things. My desires are to go outdoors, but I don't know what it means.
That feels like a breadcrumb.
Okay.
Like we don't know necessarily. It's just like, oh, that's all you know for now, which is awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Sherry.
Cherie. My name is Cherie. My name is Cherie, and what I noticed is, to get to where you was talking about, I didn't need to close my eyes. I could vision it with my eyes open, and so I could see it with my eyes open. So the name that was said to me was blessed, and it was two things. I don't know if it's a superpower, but what was said was visionary and creative.
Okay.
Those two things can go together. That's a breadcrumb. Thank you.
So again, my future self was I can, and I first had idea generator, but I think it's innovative. I think my superpower is innovation, along with collaboration.
Great, thank you. When I first did this exercise and I asked my superpower, my future self, it was me, just cleaned up, looking great. and calm. And I said, "What's your name?" She said, "My name is Magic." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So, Magic, the names, like there's always little clues in everything that shows up, and everything that happens is perfect. Even if it might feel a little weird, just roll with it, whatever that is. I had, this was the exercise that I decided to improvise with today. I had a whole other thing planned for other stuff, but I want you guys to just, take this word that you got, take this knowing, this conscious knowing that you got of yourselves out into the world and share it. When people say, "Who are you? What do you do?" Say that. Say that thing. And watch what happens. And report back to me. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please.
That's terrific. We have a little memento here for your time with us at 40 Plus. We really appreciate it. We'll get a quick picture. Gina?
Oh, thank you.
Right now? Yay.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what I would love is to get a selfie of like everybody in the whole room. If you guys could just bunch up in the middle, that would be awesome.
Why don't you get in there and I'll take a picture.
Oh, okay, great, thank you. Yeah. Yep. Okay, cool. Yay! Come on, little people get in front of me. Come on. Everyone had all bunch.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks so much, everybody.
Once again, for those